Welcome back to the Whatnauts, a pop culture variety podcast where we discuss the media we love and a whole lot more. My name is Kyle Springer, and I am joined, as always, by Melissa Wilkinson. Melissa, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Still alive. How about yourself?
Good.
Living?
Also still living.
Terrific.
Yes. What was the last thing that I've asked this before on a podcast. What was the last thing that inspired you? But I want to note, not like inspired as like, wow, I'm like that sounds almost like grandiose, right?
I last week I did hear about a guy who has only one lung but still climbed Mount Everest.
Sure.
So you're not talking about that.
Not necessarily.
Sure.
It could be if that truly is what the answer is, right?
I bring this up as a cliche example of a thing that's inspiring. Not that it isn't true, and maybe more intimidating than inspiring.
Sure. I mean, more in the sense of like almost like, what was the last YouTube rabbit hole you went down? But like the thing that you saw and you were like, ooh, that's okay. Cool.
Okay.
I want to learn that, or I want to do that, or like have been tempted / inspired, right? To be like, could I get into that? Maybe I could do that.
Okay. My last aspirational fixation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if it's not totally aspirational, but still just like maybe you saw a YouTube video on hopscotching. I'm making up some dumb thing, and you were like, wow, I haven't done hopscotch in forever. I could do that. I should get really into hopscotch. Like, I should be the hopscotch girl in my neighborhood.
What's stopping you? All you need is chalk and jumping shoes.
Yeah.
There's like drunk adult volleyball. Why isn't there drunk adult hopscotch? And you can draw the hopscotch as long as you want.
Someone just down the highway just making hopscotch.
The entire block party is a hopscotch. We've made I don't even know, what are the rules? How do you do it? Oh no.
I mean,
no. How do you hopscotch?
I know you've seen those videos of like the heartwarming compilations where someone has drawn some hopscotch thing on a sidewalk as people are walking by and just filming it, right? Like, you've seen that. But if that was the thing, like, you're now looking up the official rules of hopscotch.
Right, because I don't remember anymore. I don't like jumping. I didn't like doing it when I was a kid.
But what was that thing that
when was the last
truly
time
had you looking up the rules to something, looking like, how much is chalk? Amazon.com. Like, if I buy how much, like, what was that thing for you?
I'll answer, but later I want you to tell me the last time you jumped.
Last time I jumped.
Let's right, which is a question I got to start asking all adults because I'm going to be really interested in what the answer is. I have to have a lot of aspirational fixations for work.
Sure.
I'm going on a business trip next week. I got really into researching good travel bags. I got a pocket steamer. I both rolled up a sweater real small to test how it unrolled and bought the little pocket steamer as a backup in case it didn't unroll well.
Okay, I was about to ask you what a pocket steamer is. Do your pockets need to be steamed? Is that like, that's what I was, but no.
Well, it's a travel steamer. It's not pocket sized. It's, I don't know. It's tall.
Depends on how big your pockets are.
True, which is true. You know, I don't know the size of everyone's pockets. I imagine a tall person has bigger pockets than me. Weird question to ask, but I guess I can try it. I already own a big steamer. I own a big steamer for my clothes. And I thought, well, I need to have a small steamer for when I travel for business. and I wear business clothes and they gotta look sharp.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
I bought a travel steamer and I'm like, this is slightly too large. This is practically the size of the at-home steamer I already have. So I returned it and bought an even smaller steamer. But I waited until I got that one to return the previous one. So at one point, I had 3 steamers that were barely discernible in diminishing size, discernible only to me.
It's like, oh man, this is like 0.2 of an inch. Need it to be a little bit smaller. I've not been in that exact scenario, but I've definitely done some stuff like that in Amazon where I bought one thing and it was like, not quite what I want. Let me try this other one. I tried to buy a new Brita water filter, just like the ones you can stick in your refrigerator.
Yes.
Because I broke mine. The one they sent me from Amazon was broken. The same issue from the one that I physically broke. There was a crack in the plastic. And so I do the thing to start the return and they automatically send me a new one. I got the new one before I was even able to return the old, like the first one that I bought. That one also had a crack in it. The plastic is just like not good. And so I try to do the return on this second one and they have me go through a whole like I can no longer return both of them at the same spot because they're starting to think like, oh, this guy's buying a lot of Brita filters and returning them immediately. Something's up here. This must be a scam. It's not. They just right. So I had to like send it back from 2 different places and all of that stuff. It was ridiculous. I finally just bought one from Target because I was like, I need to hold this thing and see it before I buy it. So there's no cracks.
Gotta lay eyes on that thing.
Yeah.
I don't like that we live in a world where you can't lay eyes on the things you need to buy.
There are. I have
this
seen,
is a problem.
I have seen certain things, and I don't remember if it was on Amazon or like the Walmart app, but there are certain things I think that you can get it and like decide if you want to keep it before you actually like pay. I think they're testing something like that out. I could be wrong, but
I think that's good for appliances. I refer mostly to like clothes and shoes because I'm a weird size, and everything must be ordered online. I cannot just walk into a store. I think a lot about in the movie Eyes Wide Shut, which I have not yet made you watch, but Tom Cruise is just living his life. Okay, you have seen it?
Yes, yeah. It's
okay,
been a
so
long
he goes
time, but yeah.
He goes to the jazz club and the piano player friend is like, hey, do you want to come to an Eyes Wide Shut with me? You have to be here at midnight and you have to get a tuxedo. And then in a matter of hours, Tom Cruise has to go get a tuxedo and like take a cab out to where the Eyes Wide Shut is. And if I need, not that that's what I would be doing, but if I had a similar activity, whatever my equivalent activity is, and they're like, but you have to get really fancy and you have 3 hours to do it. I'm like, what would I do? I need like a break glass in case of Eyes Wide Shut scenario.
You need to go
which for me
you
is
need to have
like,
a tuxedo guy. You need to have a dress person. You need to have a
mask maker.
Right? Yeah. You need to have all these things in your back pocket just in case.
Right. Which for me, I guess, is like somebody is a spare ticket to a charity gala. We can't have an empty seat at the table. Please fill the seat. And I'm like, you've got the right girl. I fill space. I sit well.
Have you ever done a Stitch Fix?
Also a problem.
Same thing that you can't be like not the exact size I need. I need this specific size.
Well, their sizing is typically pretty good. I've actually been impressed with, like, they sent me a maxi dress I can wear. I'm so short and stubby that maxi things don't fit me. Too much polyester. I'm like, please send me 100% cotton items. And they're like, ma'am, nobody asks for that. We cannot support that. please, you have to buy these polyester things.
You
we
can't
have
fix
polyester.
my stitch fix.
Right. So I am done with that.
I gotcha. My
I'm a
partner
weird
has
size and I'm a fabric snob. These really hold me back in line.
my partner has done some Stitch Fix stuff and has found some things that are like, oh, this is nice. I like this, or like this whole outfit,
Right.
like just
Sometimes
happened
it
to
works.
be incredible. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
interesting. So you got into pocket steamers and travel bags. Have you done something like that, like outside of work for a personal thing? I know sometimes you like to bake or something. Has there been like a kitchen item that you're like, man, if I just had this one thing, my life would be changed?
Yeah, I've got a very specific tart pan. I've got a like a trifle dish. I've only made trifle like twice my whole life. There's so few occasions where you need to bring a trifle.
Know if I know what a trifle is.
A trifle is like it's like a big parfait. It's like little cake. It's like chunks. It's like custard and whipped cream and fruit and chunks of pound cake, just like layered over and over again, like sand art.
It's like a 7-layer.
I did get into sand
with
art
like
also.
fruit and whipped cream and stuff like that. Yeah,
fancy.
Okay. Yeah,
yes,
I gotcha. I was like, I've heard of truffles, but not a trifle.
You have heard of trifle.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Sand art.
Yeah.
Just like Zen garden sand art, or like the layering of different color sand art.
The church fundraiser carnival sand art, sand in jar. Because I'm the one in charge of decorating our credenza at the office and changing out the decor seasonally. And I'm like, what's good for summer? How about some sand art jars? So I had to buy all the sand and have it shipped to the office. And one afternoon, I'm just sitting there pouring sand in a jar. I'm like, I promise this is for something.
Melissa, I need you to get that much more into sand art and then make a sand art mural of Anakin Skywalker from that scene where he's just like, sand. I hate it.
Surely somebody has done an Anakin made of sand.
A Sandakin, yeah.
Somebody, yes.
Yeah.
Literally just a picture of Anakin Skywalker made out of pictures of sand. Okay.
Yeah.
That's like a photo collage. That looks like it's Photoshop. Do like an actual one. Oh, that is an advanced request for me to learn high-end photorealistic sand sculpture. I guess somebody must do it for the bit.
You would
the
need
bit has
to
been placed on my shoulders.
Find a good picture of Anakin, convert that into like a paint by numbers kind of thing, and then somehow like project that onto your container. And so you can know like, okay, sand needs to be here, and put it there. Anyways.
How about you, Kyle? What is your answer to this question?
So there's a YouTube channel I follow called John Makes Beats. He is a producer. He makes a little like hip hop beats and stuff like that. He's also a really, really good rapper. He made a handful of albums and then kind of hasn't in a while. He's still making beats and stuff, but he has a Patreon. He has a YouTube, right? Like he's been focusing more on that side of stuff. And recently he put out like a 20-minute video debuting. He's like, I had this idea for a tabletop game for people that make music. And he was like the elevator pitch, of course, is it's D&D, but for music producers. And he was like, the idea behind it is a lot of times when creative people are starting a new project, it like there's just that idea of the white space, right? A blank page. They could do anything. And sometimes that's intimidating and overwhelming. And so he wanted to create a game that kind of took some of those decisions away from you and made them for you,
Hmm.
so that you were forced to think creatively or forced to stick with decisions that maybe you wouldn't have made normally. Um, and so he made this like 20-minute video debuting that, and then a couple days ago did a live stream of him making yet another song of him just like running through the game. So I've been watching that video off and on for the past day or two, just watching him create this song, and it's fascinating. It's so inspiring.
Wonderful.
Like it's like I make all the music that we do here on the podcast, and I always wish I had more time to learn more music. I don't consider myself a musician. I don't know how to read it. I don't know how to write it. But as an artist, I have said that I'm always good with like patterns and stuff. And if I can break music down to patterns, which there is a lot of patterns in music, then I can kind of make something. And I feel like I have a good enough ear where I can kind of tell, like, okay, things are sounding good or they're sounding okay. And with a lot of digital spaces, you can kind of nudge that in a more correct direction of like, yes, everything is in the right key and everything is in tune. But I wish I knew more, and that game has really inspired me to be like, I kind of want to play that game and just see what happens.
Yeah.
An experiment. Because I think that is also a really good way to get better at something, or to learn the instruments or the systems that you're using to create music. That really helps a lot to learn it and get out of your comfort zone. But for example, the thing that like I just thought was so neat, so cool. I won't explain exactly how that game works, but he was like, I'm gonna start with a piano, and that is technically room one. And he starts making this piano. He finishes that room and moves on. And when he starts room two, every time you start a new room, you roll to see, like, is the room cursed? Is there some effect that we will need to do, or some choice that we'll need to do? And the second room, he was like, the second room is gonna be drums. Rolls to see if it's cursed. Yes, it's cursed. He rolls to see which curse he gets. He reads the thing, and the curse was something along the lines of the instrument for this second room has to be made entirely out of the instrument from the first room. And so, like,
wow,
you have
a
to,
drum
like,
piano.
right, you have to digitally manipulate the sounds to then of that piano to then make the drums. And so you're sitting here like watching him manipulate all of these sounds, and it's fascinating just to see, like, wow, that actually worked. Like, he came up with something and it sounds good. And it's just neat to see stuff like that. And I've been like, man, I'm inspired. I should go make a song.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, when was the last time you jumped?
Ooh, last time I jumped. I don't know. I mean, maybe a little small jump, because I'm still the kind of person that I like to, if I'm walking, I like to walk up on the curb of something.
Oh,
Like, or
yeah.
like the dividers in between parking spaces. So there may have been like a small little hop from like one of those like parking space stoppers to the actual sidewalk or something like that. I may have like hopped over a puddle or something, but no real, like,
a hop and a jump are different.
Right, yeah, that's
there hasn't been like a
at.
sign you really wanted to touch. Sometimes
No,
you just gotta touch a sign.
But yeah, I know that feeling. Absolutely. Right.
Gotta touch sign.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm wondering if it's been in the past decade.
That,
What was I
which is why
doing
I asked.
for the past decade of my
And
life that I haven't jumped?
and I don't say this judgmentally, like I'm a whimsical person, but I don't want to play in the snow because the snow is wet and I don't want to put on all those clothes and get the clothes wet and come back inside and take off the wet clothes. And then I can't just throw them in my basket. I have to like lay them out to dry and then put them in the basket. Like if it's too much work, I'm not doing it. I'll find my whimsy another way. So I don't judge you for not jumping. Like the only reason I've jumped recently is because I bought a new dress and I had to make sure the neckline was going to stay
Sure.
put.
Yeah. Like I've maybe done something for like a workout thing, but I don't. I don't really jump in my workouts. I'm not doing like jumping
Right.
jacks for jumping rope, or
I've seen it. I've seen people jump.
I don't know.
I saw a guy
Interesting.
do like a bunch of fighting moves at my gym. He set up a camera on a tripod. This man in his like 50s with like a ponytail. He
Get
might
it,
have
dude.
been wearing jeans. And he just set up a camera with a tripod and like punched at it and like did kicks and then checked how he looked in the camera and then did
Welcome
it
to
again.
Rex Kwando.
Very Rex Kwando. Yes.
Yeah. Amazing. That's fantastic. Yeah, I do not know the last time I truly jumped.
I don't think about it.
Indeed. Melissa, you had a great question here on our notes as well that
Thank
I
you.
wanted to put up. Or at least start like jump straight into foods that nobody else sells that you make. What inspired this one?
My reason for asking this is that I got a new pack of M&Ms. I don't think it's a permanent edition. I think it's like one of the test runs, and they're like, if you love it, vote for it. This was a peanut butter cinnamon roll M&M.
Oh, interesting.
And
Okay.
I love they're quite good. And I love a peanut butter and a cinnamon together, and I feel like that's so common as a kitchen combination. I got a cinnamon bread, a cinnamon bagel, a cinnamon Eggo waffle. I put peanut butter on it. But that's not a flavor profile that gets sold to you in a major store or bakery. There might be something with multiple flavor profiles that's got peanut butter and cinnamon as part of the entire ensemble, but not 1-2 peanut butter cinnamon, the two best friends holding hands.
Interesting.
Like,
Because
where has it been? It's in everyone's kitchen. Why isn't it in the store?
I don't know if I've seen that combination that much. I've seen like peanut butter on Oreos. I think I've seen it on
Yeah.
waffles, but I don't know if it was specifically like a cinnamon waffle or anything like that. But it's not unheard. Like when you did say waffle, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I eat a lot of Eggo waffles for an adult.
Look, I still get them every now and then too. Fantastic. But yeah, I don't. So is that combination nostalgic for you? Is that like, do you make something with that combination, and that's why you were like,
certainly.
Who else makes this? How did they know?
No, I'm not saying it's rare. I'm saying I believe this to be deeply normal as a thing people do in their own kitchens. But you don't walk into a store and that's the flavor profile of the mass market snack food they're selling you.
Mhm.
And I'm like, why not? Where are you guys?
Okay, so you're thinking like flavor combinations rather than like I
Like
made
stuff
this dish.
Or what are we already on? Humans, people in their own individual private kitchens that we keep doing, but nobody, no Frito-Lay or Pepsi Cola or McDonald's or anybody looks at and says, let me hold a mirror up to you, a mirror on the menu. And I have that now too.
Huh. I'm trying because like now like the things I'm thinking of are like, and there's multiple names for it, but like the rocket fuel soda, where you just get
Yeah,
every flavor, right? How come no one
that's
has
yes,
done a? I mean, I'm sure there's been
that's
attempts or
that's true.
something like it, but there has not been a. This is supposed to taste like every soda
I
combined.
that's the perfect example. No soda company is selling you the omnibus, the 2-liter
The
omnibus. They're all
OmniSoda.
in here.
You don't
You have to
consume
do
the
it yourself.
OmniSoda. The OmniSoda consumes you.
Maybe they've tried it and it's too dangerous and it can't be brought to man. This is like an SCP article. Secure, contain,
Yeah.
protect the OmniSoda. Can't be let out. It's in a cage.
There's some
It's
episode of the
below
X
Area
Files
51.
about it. Right.
In Ryan Coogler's new reboot of the X-Files, a real project he's working on, yes, there will be a soda that's too powerful.
God, what is there? Because I don't know if I mix anything like that that is. Not that we're necessarily looking for strange flavor combinations, but like ones that are uh, less common or strange or weird.
No,
I don't know.
no,
Like,
there are things that are very common, just not at the store. Like if you get 20 people together and you ask them what they make in their kitchen, like 15 people will say the same thing, but you've never seen it in a store before. That's what I'm talking about.
interesting. I don't know. It to me it feels like it has to be one of those, just look at whatever the leftovers are in the fridge and make something. Well, one of the things I like to do with like Thanksgiving leftovers is to make like a Thanksgiving sandwich where it's like the ham or
Extremely normal.
right. But you can't go to
Yes.
like a Subway and be like, give me the Thanksgiving sandwich, which is like turkey and
Sometimes
stuffing and cranberry. Maybe it's certain
you
spots, right? But it's not so ubiquitous that's like, oh, it's like you can go to any kind of sandwich shop and get a ham and cheese, right? It's not on
yeah.
ham and cheese
I've
level.
I've known smaller local sandwich places that can have a Thanksgiving sandwich year round. A Subway or something probably has it as like a 1 week specialty item around Thanksgiving. I think that's something people love, but like aren't craving it in the middle of June.
I don't know.
Although maybe you are and you're stuck. You're simply stuck. Last year I had to get a birthday treat for a coworker. His birthday was in February. I'm like, okay, what is his favorite treat? I'll go get him his favorite treat. It's pumpkin pie. Where am I supposed to find that in February?
You can still get a pumpkin pie in February.
I
I was
I
worried that I
I
wasn't.
I needed it immediately. And so I could get a frozen pumpkin pie and I had to bring it into the office and I'm like, here's your treat. You can eat it when it defrosts at like 4 p.m., but on call immediate, like I'm
Sure.
going to
Yeah,
an
yeah.
eyes wide shut party. I need a tuxedo. I could not get a pumpkin pie on immediate notice.
You don't have a pumpkin pie man in your back pocket there being like, I know a guy, the pumpkin pie
A
guy.
pumpkin pie and a mask.
I don't know. When I was in college, still in Richmond, there was a couple places that were new to Richmond. I'm sure stores like this had been around, but we had pie shops. Like they were not a
Yes.
bakery, but they just made different kinds of pie, and they had chocolate and they had hazelnut and they had pumpkin and so I don't know, I'm naming stuff, I'm not a pie guy. I am not the pumpkin pie man, obviously. But I feel like a store like that would maybe have something, right? In the same way that like a pizza place, like you can get your pepperoni and cheese slices, but the ones that are
Mhm.
like the meat lovers or the like barbecue chicken pizza, like they keep one in the back, or they did like a half and a half with something else, right? So you can get a
Right.
slice, but first come, first serve. You might be out, you know.
Mhm.
They might just have one pumpkin pie in the back, or
Yeah, that you
when
can't
Melissa,
you can
yeah.
get it immediately, but it's frozen and it's not fresh and ready to eat because you forgot it was your coworker's 50th birthday. You're like, because it's the first birthday of the year and you forgot about the concept of birthdays at all because there
Yeah.
hasn't been one for months. And you were like, oh no, it's Stu's birthday. We got to get him a pie. He loves pie. He's a February baby and he loves his pumpkin pie and we got to get it. And I can get it, but it's frozen. And so he can't eat it when he's supposed to eat it. He has to eat it later.
Eat some crunchy pie.
just have a popsicle.
Yeah. See, I was thinking of like homemade creations, like a dish that you made at home that you've never seen like a restaurant do more of, or even just a food item that maybe is popular in the store but you've never seen a restaurant do. Like I think we talked about something like
Mm.
this similarly on another podcast or something. But I was
We
thinking like the
you
hot
had
pocket. Like, why don't more restaurants have like a in-house hot pocket?
upscale hot
Yeah,
pocket.
I mean,
Your
calzones
million
exist, right? That's
yes.
a thing, but that's a different shape, a different size. Like, if I wanted to get the like actual like hot pocket size McDonald's apple pie size
Mm.
thing of just like give me a ham broccoli cheddar hot pocket at Chili's right now. I don't know. Might be
you,
okay. Two for
you
20.
you once had the $1 million idea that hotels should have proprietary breakfast cereal, like not its generic label, Fruity Pebbles that we call Radisson Bites or something, but truly, we have designed our own cereal, unlike any other cereal, and you can only get it here. You have to stay here, and then at the continental breakfast the next morning, you get to have a rare cereal.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I would go
I,
stay at a
I
hotel
you got
just
me.
for the cereal.
Right. Some places have a fun waffle maker shape. Like I went to Texas, you can have a Texas waffle, of course.
Sure, yeah.
Oklahoma, not a great state for a waffle. It's not conducive to waffle.
They might be the ones that have like there's just the area in the center where it like burns it slightly more, and so it
Mm.
like yeah,
Mm.
the batter is on there longer, so it's a different color, right?
But it's still like the classic circle shape.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
state is circular.
yeah. Um, God, what if we did
Kyle,
that?
well,
Now I'm thinking about that. What if there was just a circle in the middle of the country, like a perfect circle? Uh, Wild. Anyways, you were about to say something.
we've got a number of other stupid questions written on our sheet this week.
Go for it.
My parents just came back from a road trip through the Southwest, and they showed me a lot of old rocks. And the way that I love things that are big, my parents love things that are old. They're like, Melissa, you won't believe how ancient these rocks are. And it's photo after photo after photo, and a lot of them look the same. They did get to go to the truly ancient, like, cliff dwelling where folks did live, like, they carved into the rock. They've got little houses and like little
Sure. Yeah.
kitchens. My mom went there and that was pretty rad.
Yeah.
But a lot of the other ones, it's just like cliffs, like regular where nobody lived. What's the oldest place you've been? That's like a place, like an actual place, and not, don't just say like the earth. Earth
Yeah.
old. I'm on Earth.
I went to Proto Earth. It was the Earth before Earth. No. I don't know.
I've been to Pangea.
Right, yeah. The oldest place I've been to, it would probably have to have been like one of the original colonies. Like I've been to like Colonial Williamsburg, stuff
Right.
like that.
You're from old places.
Yeah. Maybe be something like that. I know driving around I mean, I guess these would then be later than that, but driving around sometimes in the West, out in Montana and Wyoming, sometimes you'll just come across like, oh, there used to be some kind of old like mill out here, or like a gold mine thing out here, and it's just now this old dilapidated building kind of out in the middle of nowhere, that you can see like from the road that's just out there, stuff like that. I think maybe the oldest like specific location I've been to would have to maybe be Old Faithful in Yellowstone, the geyser.
That's a great question. How old is Old Faithful?
I don't know off the top of my head. It's Earth old.
I guess she's eternal. I presume Old Faithful is a woman.
Yeah. When
it was named in 1870. How old is it? Is it just forever? Have we always had it?
There's information on when it first erupted. It's first officially observed and named by the Washburn-Langford-Doane expedition, September 18th, 1870.
Pretty old.
Yeah. Of course, that is according to the AI overview, so take that with a grain of salt. Who knows if they got it right.
I went directly to Wikipedia, and it says the same thing.
Interesting.
Just forever.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that. Just Old Faithful has been erupting forever before there were sentient creatures around to look at it and point at it and say, wow, look at that. Yeah. Like, was there like a protozoa pointing at it saying, wow, honey, check this out to another protozoa?
Babe, you'll never believe what I saw.
Take my picture in front of Old Faithful. The concept of old hadn't been invented yet. She was just faithful.
Babe, I've invented a new religion.
I worship this guy there.
Yeah.
Gosh, something about that makes me sad. It doing it with nobody to see it. I don't know.
I mean, is it truly faithful if no one is around to witness it?
These are big questions. These are too large. I'm already sitting and I feel like I have to sit down. The 1904 World's Fair was here in St. Louis, and the art museum I took you to was built, the main building of it was built for the 1904 World's Fair. And I had a friend from England come visit once, and I took her there and told her about this, and she's like, oh, that's cute. There's a road by my house that the Romans built. So, art museum ain't shit. I get it. Yeah. I don't... what's old stuff I've done? I mostly go to museums. I don't go to a lot of outdoor things. A museum can only be so old.
I mean, you've potentially seen like an old building, like an old church or cathedral kind of thing.
Surely,
right?
yes.
Yeah,
I think you've got me beat. I forgot that you were from like the start of the concept of a United States of America.
Yeah.
And a long time later, they're like, what if there was more? And they send a Lewis and Clark and a Sacagawea out.
Yeah.
And a baby. I don't know that baby's name. We all know the legend. Not legend. The actual true story. Sacagawea did all this with a baby on her back. I don't remember the baby's name.
I think the baby's name is Juwea. and he was in a sack of Julia.
The baby's name is Sacagawea's monster.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, terrible. Cotton Eye Joe the movie. Melissa, you have this written down on our notes. What is this?
What if there was one? Is the question. Kyle, who would you cast as Cotton Eye Joe in Cotton Eye Joe the movie from A24? From Neon. From anybody.
Ooh,
Sony Pictures Classics presents Cotton Eye Joe.
I don't know exactly who I would cast yet. When I saw this on the notes, I did immediately have some ideas of just like, oh yes, boom, here we go.
Tell me.
Have I ever? I know I've described something else like this, and I referred to Marvel's Punisher comics in the same way that sometimes they'll do a comic where the character or the hero or the villain is just kind of this force of nature that happens upon people.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking. There's a Batman like this, where a bunch of different kids of Gotham describe their interaction with Batman. And because they're kids and they're tall tales, Batman is wildly different in each story.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the animated movies.
Yes.
But yeah, Cotton Eye Joe would kind of be like that. He would be some kind of force of nature that would happen upon people, that would happen on a town. Right, you would immediately start pulling from like westerns and cowboy movies where the outlaw just kind of stumbles into town and like solves some problem that the town is having.
The outlaw solves the problem. I like that.
Sure, like the gunslinger is who I meant. I guess he'd be stopping the outlaw, but
we can't kill this outlaw. He's the only man in town who knows how to do math. We have to keep him alive. None of the rest of us understand division.
Or like start mixing that with like some crime noir stuff where they have like mysterious characters like behind a mask or like a half mask and you don't know who they are, right? And so he truly is this like where does he come from? Where does he go? Like yeah. Right? Like who is this Cotton Eye Joe?
Interesting.
Be a mysterious force of nature.
I think it's a romance, and it can be both. You can fall in love with a mysterious force of nature.
Sure, yeah.
But I've always taken the lyrics to mean if it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd have been married a long time ago. Like, I had a path laid out for me. I could have married the sweet girl next door. Instead, I've always had my eyes on Cotton Eye Joe. How can you not? Like, I left my family and my future behind to follow Cotton Eye Joe. Or maybe Cotton Eye Joe is like the lady killer. Like, every girl is after Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah.
That's why you can't get married. They're all like, I'm sorry, I'm in love with Cotton Eye Joe. Maybe it's both. You know how in Beauty and the Beast, like that whole town is just horny for Gaston?
Yep.
Like everybody but Belle, and Belle's dad agrees, 2 thumbs up on Gaston. We'd all sleep with him.
Yeah.
I think Cotton Eye Joe is like that. My original idea for Cotton Eye Joe was Walton Goggins.
That'd be an interesting one. You need someone with a distinct look, I feel like.
Eyes. I posed the same question to Jacqueline, and she said Sam Rockwell, which is also a terrific answer. Sure, and I just went through like a bunch of different eye guys. Like Rami Malek is Cotton Eye Joe.
You have an eye guy. You have
Louis Pullman is Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe, yeah. Interesting.
And Jack McBrayer as man singing about Cotton Eye Joe. Man pining over Cotton Eye Joe. where he come from, where he go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think when we are tired of IP franchises, let's turn to adapting songs because it's just the barest whiff of there being an IP. We just know that there is a guy named Cotton Eye Joe, and we don't know where he came from, and we don't know where he went, but we have all been thinking about this for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, once you hear that question, it never leaves your mind. I don't think there's a person alive who's heard the song Cotton Eye Joe and like forgot they ever heard it. Like, once you know it, you know it.
Right. It's not like me being like, yeah, I think I saw that a decade ago in college, but I don't remember. I think I listened to Cotton Eye Joe once. I think I downloaded it on iTunes way back when, you know.
Kazaa. I volunteered once at a nursing home.
Once.
I volunteered at a nursing home, and they had brought in a few girls from some local high school choir to sing to the old people. They gathered around for a performance. I was just serving like punch and cookies. And the girls were singing old time, like World War II songs, like literally the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy from Company B.
Sure.
And I imagine old millennials. They'll bring in high school choir students of the future to entertain us. Right?
In the club of my
homies. Usher and Lil Jon's Gap. They're going to sing Hit Me Baby one more time.
Yep.
They're going to sing the Poke Rap, and they're going to sing Cotton Eye Joe.
That's so funny. That's funny to think about.
I think about this all the time, how they will placate old millennials. What they're still going to have like the Wiis that were introduced into nursing homes and senior centers for them to all play Wii bowling. They will remain. Yes, they are a permanent fixture. For the next 50 years, 50, so 60, funny. 70 years, there will be. Did you see this interview with James Cameron where he's like, I am certain I will beat 100. I might live to be 120.
I did not, but
I'm paraphrasing here, but he's like, I'm very healthy. I'm vegan. That gives me like a decade already. I'm really, I believe we're doing great things with longevity sciences. He's like, I'm going to live to 120. Who knows how many more Avatar movies I'll live to make?
Wild. Okay, James.
Right. He might. I don't know. We've learned not to argue with him.
Avatar, the way of Cameron.
It is his way.
He becomes the Avatar, yeah.
That's his final plan.
Anyways, let's take a quick break for some housekeeping, and when we come back, we'll dive into our cinema corner and some more things. So we'll be right back. We've been making podcasts and exploring the universe for the past decades here at the Whatnauts, but to keep doing that, we need your help. If you've enjoyed this show, please consider supporting us by going to our website, thewhatnauts.com, and signing up for a free 7-day trial of our Patreon, or gifting a subscription to someone you think may enjoy our shows. A subscription gets you access to episodes early and over 40 hours of exclusive content, including the most recent episodes of our Patreon first podcast, The Pilots Club. If you don't want another subscription, no problem. There's even an option to buy the Pilots Club collection as a one-time purchase, which gets you access to the newest episodes of the Pilots Club as we record them without the monthly subscription. Once again, that's thewhatnauts.com to sign up for a free 7-day trial. But one of the most important ways to support us is simply leaving a nice rating and review on your podcasting app of choice. It seriously helps us out a ton. Lastly, go subscribe to our YouTube channel for video versions of the podcast, and for any other updates, follow us on Blue Sky at thewhatnauts.com and at Threads, The Whatnauts Official. Thank you so much for your support. All right, we are back. Once again, a big shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. We love you a lot. Means a ton. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shout out to Ashley. Thank you for
Thanks, Ashley.
being a patron at the tier that gets your name shouted out on the show as well. A special thank you to you. Over on the Pilots Club, we got our episode of Peaky Blinders up for you guys to check out. I have not watched the new trailer for the Immortal Man
I
movie
saw a poster today.
I am still. I have 2 more seasons left to watch. So I will hopefully get that done in this next week, and I'll be like right on time. It'll be perfect. But you can go check out our episode of Peaky Blinders on the Pilots Club if you are one of our Patreon supporters at the $3 tier and above. And then over on the free version of the Pilots Club, Heat Vision and Jack. That is the one that we put out. That one is a blast. Yeah, what an incredible one that will be.
I just sent you a video. You can ignore it. It's for later.
Okay, perfect. Just a heads up for next month on the Pilots Club, we are we landed on Emerald Lagasse, the sitcom Emerald. Emerald. It was an unreleased pilot. Is that right?
It was a short-lived show.
Okay.
Maybe slightly longer than a Bob Patterson, but not by much. Maybe I'll have to double check if this pilot aired or not.
I think we remember. I think we got so excited because it was an unreleased pilot. So I wonder if they had a first episode that they aired that was different from this unreleased thing. Could be wrong. But that is what we're up to on the Pilots Club for this next month. So be on the lookout for that down the road. Here on this podcast, however, the next thing that we are reviewing is season 1 of Paradise, which you guys can watch on Hulu or Disney Plus. Season 2 is going to be starting up in a little bit here. So I think with the way things are working out, we will be covering season 1 of Paradise closer towards the end of March. Because next episode will be our F1 thing, which is also super exciting. So go check out Paradise Season 1 right now. We will be talking about it here on the podcast in the near future. So there you go. That is housekeeping for right now. So let's get into our cinema corner.
Yes.
Melissa, you got a handful of movies here. I have 2 TV shows, and that's about it. Where do you want to start?
Okay. How did you like the rest of Wonder Man?
I really enjoyed it. I loved it.
It's so charming.
It's charming. It's great. It is so different from anything Marvel has put out. This is not a superhero show. It's not an action show. It's not and even in the way that like WandaVision was still like that is maybe the closest analog I could say, in the sense that it's not an action show. They are doing something different, but like WandaVision still felt so ingrained into like some of the mystery of what is happening next in the MCU. And this feels so detached from all of it.
Yes.
Which is just so refreshing. It's well acted. There's some good twists. Which it's not like a twisty show, but it's just like when certain things happen, it can be played for laughs. It can be played for like right in my heart, like not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Not what I wanted to happen here. It's a really good emotional character drama. It's fantastic.
Yes. It's so specific to LA and the movie and TV scene. I love the jokes about like
yeah.
Right. There's lots of celebrities, big and small, playing themselves. There's jokes about like ordering lunch from Mendocino Farms. There's plenty of stuff for a showbiz nerd.
Yeah. Absolutely. They then like some of that stuff is taken more seriously than it straddles this line that I saw that was very fascinating of like some of it is very reverent of that area, that lifestyle, what it's like to be an actor, a struggling actor, right? In that place. And then there's a scene in this where you see two extras walk by the camera and they're like, man, those effects are like I heard some of them were shot practically, and it's just like the way they say these, they're so cheesy, it's so dumb, like, but they do this mix of like, yes, there's this actor, there's Josh Gad playing himself, there's Joey Pants, and then there's kind of this, but they're also poking fun at this, like, what if Josh Gad became like the next big superstar and was making like heist movies and stuff like that? It's ridiculous. And I like that it can easily go back and forth between that without feeling like, oh, this is meant to be a comedy, or oh, this is meant to be so ultra serious that jokes feel out of place, right? It's a pretty light show through most of it. It's good. It's fun.
Goes down smooth.
Yeah. Real
Terrific.
quick and easy. I loved it. I'll just jump straight over to Fallout Season 2.
Proceed. Yes.
Since we're in the TV realm here.
I know zero things about Fallout.
Yes, if you, I mean, I would still recommend Fallout Season 1 if you haven't checked it out yet. It is fantastic. You need to know literally zero about the games to understand it.
I don't want to know about dystopias. No thanks.
It's in a dystopia, but it's not the like, but everything is hard and why would we bring a child into this world? It's not like that
not
kind
Children of Men, right?
Dystopia.
I know it is mostly about like soda. It's mostly about soda, right?
It's not a bad. There is Nuka-Cola in there,
that's not the whole thing.
No,
that's all I've learned.
It is much more whimsical. It's kind of ridiculous and fun in what happens. I think, Melissa, you would actually really enjoy it.
Okay,
because it's not like an oppressive, cynical, dark end of the world apocalypse, post-apocalypse thing, but it's really good. It's really funny at times. It's just kind of ridiculous, and it's about these just oddball cornball kind of things happening in this world after the bombs exploded, right? But yes, season 1 is fantastic. Season 2 I really liked a lot. I think season 1 is better because I think season 1 is a little simpler. This season felt like they were jumping around a lot to different characters in different parts of the world. And it felt like a little too much. And so I hope in season 3 they simplify things a little bit, but it was still really good. So I enjoyed that.
Did you ever worry somebody will tell you that you were better in season 1 and you're like, season 1 of what?
Season 1 of the podcast.
The way in which we don't have seasons. This is just a formless and eternal. Like
I do this seasons by year, so every new year is like a new season of the podcast, technically, but no one cares about that.
I'm writing a scary story early, not waiting until October. What if the way a person looked at you, they looked at you like you were a piece of entertainment, and you're like, Kyle really jumped the shark, but he just continues. He keeps going. I think Kyle jumped the shark when he was like 27. But he's a person. I mean, he's not a show, so he can't.
Right, like you're not far off with the way like social media and content creator like you look at like the whole parasocial relationship stuff. You look at people as entertainment, right? And sometimes your favorite creatives make a decision, start to go down a certain path, and you're just like, I don't know if I really like this version as much. I know there's some musicians that I like their older stuff better, right? And that's just kind of how it is.
I'm not talking about you, the podcaster. Like, if one of your coworkers who maybe doesn't even know you have a podcast is just like, Kyle, you were better in season 1. These complaints we all lodge at pop culture all the time.
Yeah.
Do they have any impact on us as human beings? Do you live your life thinking, I can't blow my series? I can't blow my series finale. Like, so many series finales. Like, when I die, I don't want it to be like the Game of Thrones series finale. I want it to be like the Breaking Bad series finale. I don't know what that means, but just in some abstract term of quality, I can't be one of the bad ones.
Yeah. Who knows? Well, I guess, was I better in season 1? I don't know. Now I'm worried.
These are the fears I have all day.
Just keeps Melissa up at night.
Extremely abstract fears. I am a human sequel.
Season 1? Maybe I jumped in season 1. I don't know.
My brother is like 14 years older than I am. I am a Human Legacy sequel. When people are like, who even liked Tron that much? Why do we need Tron Legacy? I am Tron Legacy. That's me.
That's fun.
Weren't we successful enough with Tim? Do we need a sequel to Tim? I think just leave Tim as it is. Standalone Tim.
Anyways, Melissa, you have a handful of movies here. I thought I would have gotten to at least 2 of these by now, but I have not.
Yeah. Where you been?
I just haven't felt like it. You know? I was better in season 1, I swear.
Season 1 is when you insisted on walking to the theater to see Honey Don't.
Right. That's where things went wrong. No, because like it's a little bit harder for me to go to the movies when it's colder and it gets darker out or earlier, because I don't really want to walk home in the dark. So
you could get a bunch of glow sticks.
I certainly could.
Like a bunch.
A poncho with a bunch of glow sticks just taped on it. It's like, why didn't we just buy a reflective vest?
I know you can buy a reflective vest, but glow sticks. Like you're a kid going trick-or-treating.
Like I'm a skeleton that just glows in the dark. But I just don't really want to walk home in the dark. So the weekends are my time to go. And it's like, well, I could do this and that could be my day. Or I could stay at home and do other things. So I have not seen Crime 101. And then what was the other time travel one that's on here? Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. I really wanted to see that one. It's not playing in my local theater, though. I would have to get an Uber to one that's farther out.
Who did that? I'm going to call John Regal and tell him to put it in your theater.
Yeah.
These were all great fun. It's a surprisingly strong February at the movies.
Right.
Normally you'll get like one Valentine's Day movie and maybe one like counter programming, like an action movie for the dudes or whatever. This is a pretty well-rounded season. A while ago, I saw The Moment, which is the concert film documentary satire from Charlie XCX.
Okay.
Who I'm not very familiar with, but this was an entertaining movie. It's like more dramatic than you'd think it would be. It's got more pathos. It hurts a little bit more.
Interesting.
It's a deeply anxious film. we have a trend of women artists on the edge that is a little micro genre of film that you and I have explored many times before on the review show. I'd say The Moment fits in that. That's why I bring it up.
Cool.
Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die is a very Kyle film.
Good.
That's
what I was hoping.
Here just for you. Really unusual narrative structure. Pretty wacko. And there are a lot of tricks up its sleeve that aren't in the trailer.
That's a good way to describe it. Pretty wacko. We should use that
wacko
description a little more.
Some movies are Yakko, some movies are Dot. This one's wacko.
Yeah. Wuthering Heights is Hello Nurse.
Right. That's true. There's 4 types of film.
Yeah.
You get a very brief glimpse of it in the trailer. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die has some real Akira imagery in it.
Cool.
Great for you. Good. Great for all. Wuthering Heights looks incredible. It's less depraved than you would think. It is not sink to the depths of Saltburn. It's surprisingly like a little reined in comparatively.
I didn't think it was gonna be as nasty as that one scene in Saltburn, but I
think I did. I think the rest of us expected that. Just here to tell you, It's a little more normal. It's just almost underwhelming.
So
I want it
heights.
Here. Middling heights, yeah. Crime 101 really punches above its weight class.
Okay,
I was pretty impressed with Crime 101. I went to see it because I saw the trailer and I thought, this looks like Diet Collateral. This looks like Kirkland signature Heat. And that is very much in its veins. It is very much trying to be a Michael Mann movie. Sure. It's pretty successful at it.
Cool. Good.
I'm excited. Sometimes you want a Coke and you go to the movies and I'm talking about a metaphorical Coke, not a literal Coke. You go to the movies and you want a Coke. Right. They've got Dr. Shasta. They've got Diet Vess. But this time I went to the movies and I'm like, I want a Coke. And they're like, here's a Coke. I'm like, wow, it's genuinely that. Awesome. Really like Crime 101. Looks good. Very good, slick-looking movie. Halle Berry steals the show. Many outstanding performances, but none better than Halle Berry. I have already seen Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. I got to see it at the St. Louis International Film Festival last year and raved to you about it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it again. I continue to rave. This thing is a riot.
Cool. Good.
And I saw a movie called Kokuo. Have you heard this word at all? Does this ring a single bell?
No.
Okay. Kokuo is a new Japanese film. It was nominated for Best Hair and Makeup at the Oscars.
Okay.
And my friends are doing the Oscars death race where they must see every nominee. And I go along for some of these. I'm not that intense.
Who dies if they don't? Does someone have to?
We've kidnapped your family.
You must watch all of them. And if you don't, say goodbye to your little brother.
Kokuo is a 3-hour-long Japanese drama. It's a period piece that takes place across like 50 or 60 years of the latter half of the 20th century.
Nice.
And it's about 2 rival kabuki actors.
Interesting.
Yes, I did not know a lot about kabuki. And this really dunks you in it. It is entirely about this world. You see them do so many of these classic performances, and it's 2 young men. Kabuki traditionally, the old school way of doing it is an all male cast. They play the female roles.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a story of these 2 young men who are specifically trained to play the female roles. And it's entirely about that, of them reaching these heights of their performance. It's so technical they have to be like Olympic level in how they like train their bodies and how precisely they move. They have to do all these weird stretches and things and then do the acting on top of it and, do all their own makeup. That's why it was nominated for makeup, I guess.
Yeah.
Most makeup nominees, there's not makeup in the movie. The creature, Jacob Elordi, does not put on eyeliner and mascara in the film Frankenstein. The makeup is outside of the film. This is the one nominee I've seen in a while where the makeup is inside the film, and it's a big part of it. This is a full-on drama. It's sweeping, it's grand, there's twists, there's betrayals, there's backstabs, there's reunions. The end is very Black Swan. I think you'd really like this.
Okay.
Whenever it comes to a streaming platform near you, settle in
Keep it
for
in mind,
the nearly 3 hours of Kakuo.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
And then today I also saw How to Make a Killing.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
Not as good as the other ones. I don't know. Looks slick for sure.
That's fair.
I don't think it's one of those movies that I think is such a great trailer, and you see the movie. And not that the trailer gives everything away, but the trailer is just such a perfect little self-contained mood piece. That then you see the movie and you're like, I don't know if I got more out of this.
Yikes, yeah.
Which not bad. I think I saw somebody describe it as high mid, and that may be it. I don't know.
Sure,
I did not come away with many specific feelings. I may have to sit with it for a little while. I literally just walked out of it, came here, scarfed down some food, and hopped on the recording. I still have yet to live with How to Make a Killing.
Sounds good. You mentioned Olympics when you were describing the stretches of Kakuo and stuff like that. Have you been watching any of the Olympics? Just thought I'd ask.
I watched the entire opening ceremony and Parade of Nations and cauldron lighting and all of that pageantry. I think that's so fun. It's always a little sillier than you would think.
Sure, yeah.
There's moments of great self-seriousness and like true tributes to the history and the culture and perhaps the tragedies and those we have to, remember at the event today. But then this Italian opening ceremony is also like, we've got people dressed as espresso pots. It's like all of the goofy cartoon stuff that you think of when you think of the country. Like the Paris opening ceremony had so many like beautiful, interesting, nuanced tributes to their culture, but then also berets, croissants, striped shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait for the LA Olympics opening ceremony to have an entire In-N-Out burger segment.
Yeah.
It'll be something like that.
Yeah. Have you watched any of the actual sporting events?
A little bit. I saw a Pears ice skating dance set to Meatloaf's I'd Do Anything for Love, but I won't do that.
Sure. Okay. I've seen
high
a
marks.
number of
Loaf gets you high marks.
I've seen a number of pictures online from like IGN that are like, there was someone who dressed up as like a minion in one of their things.
I've heard of this.
Or you're
yes.
right, there's people in different costumes and stuff like that, or to like they did it to the polka rap or something like that. I don't know if
I would love
actually
to see somebody ice dance to the polka rap.
Right. But I've seen a number of those images. I haven't actually watched any of the figure skating. I know a lot of people love to get into curling. They're always like, what is this?
Yeah, I did watch some curling. Yes.
The only thing I've rarely watched is hockey.
Monobob. Yeah,
hockey is the only thing that I've won, and we won both men and women's gold for the U.S. hockey teams. I guess last time the men won was 1980, the miracle, whatever it was,
The Miracle on Ice.
Yeah.
Kyle, I watched that movie. I watched that Kurt Russell movie about the Miracle on Ice. His assistant coach in that movie is Stan Beeman. It's Noah Emmerich, who I was not expecting to see.
Sure.
And after watching all of The Americans, it was very funny
to see
a movie where
hockey.
Noah Emmerich, or to see a movie where Noah Emmerich is actually successful in stopping the Russians.
Well, I mean, head canon, it can almost work, right? Because they get away, but the kid stays, so he now has to take care of the kid who's already into hockey, so he becomes a hockey coach, and then his career changes, and he's coaching at the Olympics.
I'd love a sequel to The Americans that's actually just all about hockey. It's Henry is now a professional hockey player. That's mostly what it is.
Sure.
Also, that movie is from I forget the name, but it's the director of the pilot episode of The Americans.
Oh, okay.
There
you go.
Like Miracle was a dry run for The Americans.
See, the head canon is coming together. It's all there.
Right. Like how Argo is a pilot for Halt and Catch Fire.
Good stuff. Yeah, that's about it for the Olympics.
Sports.
Sports Olympics. Let's do our that's the wrong one. Don't mean to do that. That's our pull up a chair one. We'll get to that.
We're gonna pull them up
in just a bit here. Do I not have a thing for our pop culture lightning round? Oh no, I don't have one for the pop culture lightning round. How dare I?
Why not?
I don't know. I thought I did. I have cinema. No, I do have one. Here we go. There we go. That's the right one. Pop culture lightning round, really quick. It's kind of amazing because I think last episode we were talking about, like, I think there's been a rumor that Apple's working on a sequel for F1. Who knows if it'll actually happen? They came out and announced they are officially working on a sequel. Don't know when that will be. There's no time frame, but they're like, yeah, we're making a sequel.
You have heard the rumors that Damson Idris may be the next Black Panther? Maybe?
I have not heard that.
Oh, really? Okay, so do you remember, like last year, there was all of this very early, very blue sky, fantastical concept art leaked for the Doomsday Secret Wars double feature.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those very early, just throwing spaghetti at the wall type of concept arts was a drawing of a new T'Challa that did look like Damson Idris. And then there was some sort of a Wakandan-themed fashion show where he was there escorting Angela Bassett, like, down the carpet.
Interesting.
And people put those things together and they're like, is he next? You know, after, like, the multiverse collapses, whatever. Is it, time for a new T'Challa? Is he the guy next in line? I don't know.
Or is this they take the kid that they introduced at the end of 2
yes,
and it's like this is just him
T'Challa
aged
Jr.
up. Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah. Who knows? I don't know if I would necessarily be opposed to that in terms of the way he looks. I think that'd be fantastic. I don't really know him that much as an actor outside of F1.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in... I also have not seen him in anything else yet. Yeah. He is an enjoyable screen presence in that movie.
Yeah. Though I think I liked his mom in that movie better.
The mom's
to be honest,
great.
The mom's fantastic. But yeah. So good on F1 for putting in a movie. The only other thing I have here in the pop culture lightning round is that Venom, the Marvel character Venom, is supposedly getting an animated movie. I think I saw that Hollywood Reporter or something like that put out a piece on that. But to me, this is kind of one of those things of like, well, we'll see. We'll see in a couple years.
When?
Yeah.
How? I mean, I'm on board. Oh, that's even gooier than it could be in live action. It's going to be like so gloopy.
Love a good gloop.
Right, just symbiote all over the place. Just
Yeah.
a sticky movie. I'm kind of into it.
Yeah. So that's it for that. Also a really small fastest lap thing here for some F1 news. The F1 season is starting very soon. The first race is March 3rd in Melbourne. Yes.
March 3rd is a Tuesday. Is it also a Tuesday in Melbourne? Why are they doing it on a Tuesday?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
let me double check and see if that actually is the date. Why am I looking on my phone? I have my computer right here. F1 dot. Oops. There you go. Formula One. Why did that not take me to the thing here? Oh, yes, accept the cookies or whatever. Schedule. Here we go. That's what I need. I must have had that date wrong. This is saying March. Yeah, so the 5th is practice for free practice 1. So the race is actually on the 7th. How did I get that wrong? What did I see? I don't know. Anyways, the first race is March 7th.
Okay.
In Melbourne.
Cool.
My parents are actually going to Melbourne, or like in Australia, like a couple weeks after. So they said they'd be on the lookout for some Formula One shirts and stuff, and I was like, great. You might see some Oscar Piastri stuff.
Right. I think there's an Oscar Piastri museum. I think they're putting him on a coin.
Amazing.
I walked into a Kohl's recently, and I walk in past the juniors section, the one for like 14-year-old girls. So of course it doesn't fit me, but there was a whole like F1 branded sweatsuit that I did stop and look at. And then right next to it on the rack is a corresponding Cars branded sweatsuit. And I'm like, you're not wrong. They're hand in hand practically. You can't.
Liam Lawson would buy both. He's like, I work for them, but I was inspired by them. So when I started watching Formula One
without Lightning McQueen.
When I started watching Formula One, it was really funny because I started to notice it out in the wild, similar to how you just saw that shirt in Kohl's. Like you wouldn't have thought to see, or you wouldn't recognize. It's like, oh, that's the Alpine logo. Like what? I have started seeing Formula One stuff all over the place. The airport is a big one. I see it all the time in the airport. I did see someone in an Alpine.
I get to go to an airport next week.
Yeah, I saw someone in an Alpine hat. I saw someone in a. They had some Ferrari gear on. It looked like a shirt, and they had a bag, but it was not just like branded Ferrari. It was specifically like Formula One stuff. And so I was like, okay, that's neat. Nice. There was one time I saw someone decked out head to toe in all like Aston Martin, like a tracksuit, like what you saw at Kohl's. It was like the tracksuit and matching shoes and a matching bag.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was all Aston Martin stuff. And I was like, do you work for Aston Martin? Like, what is happening here? Are you just getting back from the race? So yeah, I it's always neat of just like, oh hey, right, there's a hat.
Right. I've seen them I'll walk past a store. I did see a big poster of Lewis Hamilton at the mall. That was great. I saw like a PacSun shirt for like the Suzuka racetrack. I'm like, do you have one for every racetrack? I just need to find the ones that are made for like adult plus size women. Yeah. Torrid. Lane Bryant does not carry this.
But if you are interested in checking out Formula One, the best way to do that, if you are here in the United States, is a subscription to Apple TV Plus. That is now the new streaming home of Formula One in the United States. F1 TV is normally where I would say to go, but the like middle of the road tier for them is now no longer available to US customers. They do have a higher tier that is available through the Formula One TV app, and that's if you want the like 4K streams with like you can have like a multiple screen experience, so you can like watch the driver cam the entire time while also like looking at some of the charts and maps and stuff like that while also watching the broadcast. um like that's if you want all the like bells and whistles. But like I also said, our next episode of the podcast, I will be doing like a Formula One 101 breakdown of stuff. So
I'll add in what I have. I have been mainlining Drive to Survive.
Where are you?
Because I realized, I think I'm at the end of season 5. I'm in the 2022 season. I've got like 1 or 2 episodes left. So I'm almost all the way caught up.
Is that the season where Oscar Piastri comes in?
Yes.
He's just about his whole
arrived
thing?
On the scene.
His whole thing about signing to Alpine and him being like, no.
Right. The fact that I'm your reserve driver and then you like did not renew the contract of one of your other 2 drivers does not automatically promote me. Like, don't think that I'm not working on stuff
that
elsewhere.
Whole thing
I'm going
was
to McLaren.
Wild. Yeah, he was like, no, I didn't actually sign that contract with you guys.
Right. Like
Crazy.
I don't just automatically move up like I'm a snack in a vending machine. I don't automatically just get slotted in that spot.
God, yeah.
There's so many bananas things that I have seen that I had no idea about.
Yeah.
All kinds.
You've seen the like downfall of Daniel Ricciardo. I'm sure he's like out of it by this night. I don't know if you've ran into it yet, but it's a recurring theme of Ferrari's bad strategy decisions and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. Daniel's still in it. I think the first Drive to Survive season I watched, which was covering the 2024 season, my like crash course to get ready to actually start watching the sport last year, that was Daniel's final season for now.
Right.
I mean, who knows? And like from what I've learned, who knows who might show up again, you know.
Yeah.
Somebody's got a hole to fill, they could plug in Daniel. I love Daniel. He's a hoot.
You've seen the episode of the crash, the big one, right? Yeah, wild stuff. Fantastic show. Go watch Drive to Survive on Netflix. Incredible.
Really, really compelling. So much going on. It's dramatic. It's scary. It's funny. This show is mostly watching people get their pictures taken. But
somehow they still make it fascinating.
Right. That being said, it is still extremely compelling. We'll talk more next time.
For sure.
We'll have a Drive to Survive catch-up corner.
Indeed. So yeah, that's kind of it for all of that stuff. Let me just double check the notes here. Cool. Let us, for real this time, get into Pull Up a Chair.
Pull Up a Chair is our segment where we predict actors and or characters who may appear in Doomsday and or Secret Wars. Which new Avengers names could they theoretically put on the back of a chair? Kyle, whose chair are you pulling up this week?
Can I defer to you first?
Can I? Okay, you go first? I've got an interesting one. I think I've got my next 2 lined up. Can I take 2 characters? They're really a matched set. You couldn't have one without having the other one. Will you let me have 2?
Sure.
Okay, I am taking Monica and Maria Rambeau.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
think that is an interesting one and makes sense.
We're going back to that. We're going back to that universe from the post-credit scene of the Marvels. They're both there. Beast is there. I think Beast was confirmed. If we're with that like mess of X-Men, we're gonna get Monica and Maria in there somewhere. And if you get one, you get them both.
Yeah. In that spirit, I might say, what if we finally get Blue Marvel? The one that we thought was gonna be in WandaVision, never was. Maybe was gonna be in the Marvels, never was. I think this is like he's been a fan favorite. Like, wouldn't it be neat to see him in here? What if we get an interesting take, like especially with the like multiverse, different I forget what they call them now, the variants. Right? Is that what they call them?
Yeah.
With all that sciencey stuff, another like science-based superhero would be really interesting to see. With the Fantastic Four coming in too.
I think that's terrific.
Mm-hmm. Blue Marvel.
I'd love to see a Blue Marvel. Great.
I would go there. All right, that was an easy one. That was fast.
Sometimes, this is our fastest one yet.
Right? Yeah. I'll to be honest, had no idea who I was gonna pick, and then immediately when you said Monica and Maria, I was like, you know what? Let's stay in the Marvel naming convention. It was almost happening there. So there you go. Good stuff. That's our pull up a chair for this one. Let's wrap things up right there. Melissa, where can the people find you on the internet?
Email me the old-fashioned way at yourhostmelissa@gmail.com. Tell me your favorite limited edition M&M's flavor.
Yeah. If you guys want to find me, I am at Yo Kyle Springer on most of the internet places. If you want to stay up to date with all of the stuff we do here at the Whatnauts, we are at thewhatnauts.com on Blue Sky and at the Whatnauts official on Threads. So please go like, share, and subscribe. If you're checking this out on YouTube, go check out more of our videos right over there on that side of the screen. That would also help us out a ton. Thank you so much for checking this out. This has been episode 4 of the Whatnauts. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.